recording. So see, for example, so I will create a new Excel file now. Name, phone. So in my Excel, I have two fields called name and the phone. So name having some values. So here, what is my requirement is that, I need to add M mark before my every name. My task is to be, I need to add M mark dash. Okay, like M mark like this, I need to add to every field. Okay, so how we gonna automate the same? Okay, I need to add every field, I need to add this one, M mark dot. So that's one I need to add for the name, and the phone number I need to add zero. I need to add zero for I need to add at the end. I can say before zero if you put we can't see. So at the end of my phone number I need to add the zero character. So just this is the example for how to validating the Excel things and all. Okay, how to extract the data from the Excel and how to do our task. Okay, in the real time we will get things like there is a phone number is there, so we have to before 91 is there for every phone number. So actually there are some websites they will allow only 10 digits of phone number. Okay, before 91 they won't allow. Okay, so that's if we get the data with the 91, so we have to trim it out. We have to delete 91. This is a phone number is there, no? So in my website I need to enter only 10 digits. Okay, but in my every phone number field I have 91 before every phone number, so I need to trim it out. Okay, this kind of things you will get in the real time. Okay, we'll do with the one by one scenario. There are 3 to 4 scenarios we will do practice on the Excel. Okay, now I'm closing this one. First we'll see how to extract the data from Excel to Blueprison. Closing the Excel file and copying the Excel file path. Shift right click, copy as path. Okay, if you want to know the file exact path, click on shift, right click on the file. You can see copy as path. Shift right click, copy and path. I got the path now, so I am creating the Excel. I am creating one data item now for the file path. Text hard. So this is my file path. Now I got the file path here. Okay, so how we need to how we can automate the Excel file. So for every automation, so for if you want to do Excel automation, so everything Blueprison already they have developed the code, so we have to use the actions only. Okay, they already given the VBO for it. Okay, so by default whenever you have installed the Blueprison, you will see only process and Object Studio. Nothing will be there in the Object Studio. You have to import. There are some set and VBOs will be there. So which one we have to import it? So click on file, import, browse, go to the path where your Blueprison has installed. See, these are the VBOs. These are the VBOs which Blueprison providing by default. So we have to just call that VBO and we have to call that. There's a noise coming from someone. These are the VBOs which Blueprison is providing by default. Okay, whenever you're trying to do MS Excel automation, so you can't able to see that VBO. First, you have to import the VBO. Click on file, import. So come to that path where your Blueprison has installed. There is a VBO folder is there. So in that one, you can see these are the VBOs. See MS Excel VBO is there. MS Word is there. So click on MS Excel, open. Next. So it's already there in my Blueprison. So it's asking. So I'm clicking don't import. Done. So if you do like that, so you can able to see that MS Excel VBO under the objects. Okay, now go to your process. So we can able to interact with the business subject by action, by taking the action called the action. This is the action stage. This is an action stage. By using the action stage, we can able to call the business objects. Drag and drop the action stage. Double click on it. What are the business objects you have created? What are the business objects you have imported? Everything you can able to call by taking the action stage. This is about the action stage. This is how action stage will look like. You can see name and business subject and the action. So click on the MS Excel VBO, right? We have imported the MS Excel VBO. MS Excel VBO. See, these are the actions. Everything already there. Just we need to call that functions. Just we need to call that actions. Everything will be there. Okay. So these are the actions we can able to perform with the MS Excel VBO. There is a noise is coming from someone. Guys, please mute yourself if you are not interacting with me. Please. So see, this is the MS Excel VBO, and these are the actions. So you can see these are the actions we can able to perform by taking the MS Excel VBO. Okay, if you want to take the data from Excel to the Blue Prism, so there are some three required steps will be there. So those things we have to collect before taking the data. The first action is, these are the steps are common. If you go to real time, if you go anywhere, so these steps are common. The first action is the create instance. Create instance. So if you say the create instance, there are the inputs and outputs and conditions. Condition will no need to touch anything. So just inputs and output you just concentrate. So what is the input? So we have enable events is asking the flag tag. What the enable events thing. So enable events should be false. I will explain you about this one later about why we are keeping here false. So what the reason means? So there are some Excel files. Whenever you open, there are some pop-ups will come. Like not even same pop-ups. So there are some login pop-ups, or there are some other unnecessary pop-ups will come. Whenever there is a pop-ups are happening in the MS Excel, so your Blue Prism can't able to automate that Excel file. So it will stuck in the same place. So it won't go for the next step. So that is why if you put enable events false, so everything will work fine. Okay, just put false. That's it. So there is a one output we're going to get it from this stage called handle. So click here, automatically the data item is going to be created. Handle nothing but a key. So if you want to take the data from Excel, this is the key. So we have to use this handle to take the data from the Excel. The first action is the create instance. Next action is the open workbook. Open workbook. So for open workbook, there are the two inputs are there and one output is there. What are the inputs? One is handle and is the file name. File name nothing but the file path. Okay, handle is nothing but what is got it from the first stage, create instance. So that one we have to pass it. And the file name we already have, so we have kept it in the data item. So that one you have to drag and drop it. And it's going to give one workbook name. So click here. So automatically the data item is going to be created. Right. So final one stage is there. Get worksheet as correction. So for get worksheet as collection, we have the three inputs and one output. Okay, what is the inputs? Handle, workbook name, worksheet name. So what is the workbook name? We already have. What is the worksheet name? Worksheet name nothing but open the Excel sheet. So these are the sheets, right? So in which sheets data you want it? So I want to have the data. What is then the sheet one? Capital S and remaining letters are small. So same thing I need to give. There is a noise. Right. So I have given the sheet one and required inputs are given. So click on here. So one collection. Okay. So data item used to say the single set of data. Data item is a variable, so which will hold a single set of data. Collection is a type of collection which holds the multiple rows. So multiple set of data we can able to hold it. 1,000 records, 5,000 records, or 10,000 records, everything it will hold. Collection which holds the multiple set of data. Click on OK. So connect everything and run. So I'm closing the Excel file. Refresh it. Run. Create instance, open workbook, get worksheet as a collection. So see, we got the data. Double click on it, current values. So what is the data in there in the Excel? So now we got it for the Blue Prism. So here I need to do my validations. After that, this data I will write to my collection. That's the way I will do. Okay, any questions up to now? Any questions? Create instance in the first action. Open workbook is my second action. Yes, guys, questions? Clear? Right. So see, we will perform small operations. You can able to open that show. There is an action called show. By using the show action, we can able to open that Excel sheet. Show. Okay, we have to give the handle. So see here, now my Excel is not open, right? So my Excel is now closed only, right? So I will open by using the Blue Prism. So see, there is no Excel file here. See, it got open. It got open. So like this. So there are all the actions are there. So you can see set cell value means get cell value. So run the macros. So everything you can able to do. So we will see one by one actions. So coming sessions, so everything will work on the Excel only. So in the use cases also we will take the Excel data. So then only we can use the use cases, right? So these are the actions we can able to perform. So set cell value nothing but there is a particular cell value. If you want to set, you can able to set it. Get cell value means there is a particular cell value is there. So if you want to get it, you can able to get it. So this is Excel file. Consider you want to get this B1 cell value. Okay. See here, you can able to do the get cell value. For the cell value B1, capital B1. Let's see value. Refresh. Run. See, I got the value. Okay. Any questions before going to the actual use case? Any questions? Okay. Yes, Patel. Okay.
Hi, Chilu.
Yes,
Pankaj
yes.
this side.
Yes, yes, Pankaj.
Let's suppose the same Excel is opened by some another program. So what would error that would come up in that scenarios, and how do we actually handle in real life scenarios?
Yes, yes. There is a separate concept called environment locking. So that is our next concept. So that will be there. Environment locking means suppose when you are working on the first exercise, you will lock that Excel so that other board can't take it.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be there. So if one resource is locking, so it will lock that environment, means it will lock that Excel sheet. Whenever I release the lock, then only the other people can able to access that Excel sheet.
Okay, so let's suppose if it is already opened by some other programs, then how the Blue Prism, what kind of error Blue Prism will throw in that case?
First, I will check whether that Excel is available for a user or not. Right. So if you already opened by some other bot, so it won't take now. Suppose other bots also will lock, right? Suppose any bot, whenever they're interacting with an Excel sheet, so they will use the environment locking system. Okay. Environment locking nothing but so whenever I take the Excel file, so it will lock.
Okay.
Okay, I will check before taking that Excel sheet. So before using my create instance, I will check whether my Excel is free to use or not. If it is free to
Okay.
use, then only I will create the instance, then I will use it. Like that, it will be there in the real time. Okay. So actually, those scenarios won't come, but real time we'll have a concept called work use. Means everything data we will dump to the one work queue. From the work queue, multiple bots will take the data. So that concept will be there. So environment locking is there. So the Drupal is providing lots of features. There are some features we won't use in the real time, like web services and environment locking. So these concepts we won't use. The web service is nothing but, so you have to put your code in the web server, in the web, so other people they can able to use your code. They can't see the code, they will use as a functionality device. So you will declare the functional functions. So those functions they can able to use it. They can't see the code and they can't edit the code as well. So that's so one more concept called web service. That is also the concept is there. I will explain that one later.
Okay.
So now our use case is that I need to add Mr dot here before my name, and I need to add the 0 to every phone number. Right. So that those two things I need to perform. So click on OK. So whenever you are working with an Excel file, for the set of data you want to perform same operation, so you have to take the loop. Okay. So for the loop, no need to write any code, just to call the stage. That's it. So everything it will loop it accordingly. So whatever the how many times it want to loop, now everything it will handle. Just we have to use the functions. That's it. So I'm removing the show. For every loop, there is an input should be collection. So collection data. Click on OK. Right. So what is your functionality? So I want to add some data to my name. Right. Collection. This is my data is my collection. Name is my field. Right. So same thing I need to perform here. So to take calculation stage. Double click on it. So what is the data you want to add? I want to add the text. Right. So in between double quotes I have to take. Collection dot. What's the field name? Right. So every time, so when you're adding some text with the some collection, text with the some data item, so you have to keep the and symbol. Okay. And that whenever you're taking some text, no, that will be in the double quotations. Right. Collection dot field name. So I can't take the collection. Right. Collection having some fields, some other fields and all. So it won't have proper initialization. So that's why this is my collection. This is my field. So for the Mr dash should be added to my collection dot field name. This field, this value will be added. That is the functionality for this. So where you want to store it? So after that, I need to store in the same field, right? Field name should be proper NAME, N capital, N capital. So click on OK. First we will execute this one. Refresh. Run once again. Collection dot field name. So it will loop for 22 records. Direct logics. No need to do anything. Nothing required. Just we have to use the stages. One I have taken one loop stage and one calculation stage. So thousands of records also it will evaluate. See, added. Any questions here? Right? So click on OK. So now I need to add the 0 after my phone number. If I put 0 before my phone number, so I can't. It won't take. It's taking. But if you write in the Excel sheet, it won't be there. So that's why I'm keeping end of the text. I'm adding the 0. Take calculation stage. Double click on it. collection dot what is the field number. At the end I'm adding, so that's why first I'm taking the collection. I just check the field name again. Phone, right? Capital P. Two zeros I'm adding. Collection dot field. See, if you click on the valid, you can able to see it. That it's a valid expression. So I'm adding phone collection dot field name. So I'm adding 00. So I'm saving into the same collection dot field name. So click on OK. Refresh and run the process again. Done. Check the collection. See, 2 zeros are added. So suppose you want to remove 1, 2 from every field. You want to remove 1, 2 from every field. So what you have to do? So text functions, whatever you have performed, so those actions you have to perform. Okay, so total length minus this particular length. That one we have to take, and we can remove the characters from it. So like that we can able to perform n number of operations. Okay, any questions?
Yes, Chelu. I have one query regarding this loop.
Yep.
So just assume that there are 20 records in the Excel.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to manipulate only the first 10. So is there any option to configure that loop?
No. That thing is not there. So you have to take the decisions, right? You have to take the counter. You have to take, so counter equal to 10. Then you have to, so like you have to take the decisions, and you have to take the number, and you can loop it like that. You have to do it. But the loop, in order to you take the loop, so it will take for everything.
Okay.
So there is a workpiece concept is there. There, depending upon the tag. So while we are adding to the values to the work queue, we'll give the tags. So suppose tag 1 I will give that first item. So take a second item, tag 2 I have given. So 20 items are there. For first 10 items, whenever adding, I have given the tag 1. So only tag 1 items has to be executed. You can do the logic like that. So it will take the same tag values and it will process it.
Okay.
So here also you can take, but you have to take the one counter and you have to loop it, and you can check the counter equal to 10 or not. If it's 10, then you have to come out. So that
Same way as we do in other programming languages, like by taking the counter and stuff.
Yes.
Hi Chilu, Rohit here. Can you show me the inputs which we have taken in loop to start?
Collection.
Okay, so well, it will start from 0 and it will end whether on the last record automatically.
Correct. Yes, automatically.
Okay.
To anything.
So we're not to provide any initialization or any.
No, nothing. Yeah, this is not even code. This is not a code language, na? So it's just a tool which will have all the stages. So okay, those stages only you have to perform.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. So we have exception handling concept is there. Like, so is there any exception happening? The process will to come to outside. So there is a separate concept is there. That is why I'm not taking any exception items. So I'm taking this is called positive path. Right? So I'm assuming that nothing exception will come. So it will come everything point. So any exception will come, the pop-up is going to be happening. So in the real time, that pop-up should not happen. So we should handle by taking the recover and the resume stages. So that is tomorrow I will start with an exception handling. So today we'll see one more use case. So addition of two numbers. You can see there are a set of numbers are there. And one more thing, suppose we have done the data, right? So we can able to copy the data. So here we are doing everything, right? So see, I'm running here. So how to write the data to the Excel? That's one we need to perform. Can you increase the speed? Done. So this is the data. So you want to write this data to the Excel again. So how we need to write it? So first you have to take, there is a stages are there. So same MS Excel VB only. There is an action called write collection. Write collection. So for the write collection, these are the inputs we have to give. So handle, workbook name, worksheet name, collection. So what is the collection? This is the final collection. So collection is the input. The cell reference, from which cell you want to write it. From which cell you want to write it. So my data has started from the A1 cell. So you can write from A1 cell. From here also, if you want to paste the data from here, so you can give this cell. So depending upon the use case, you can give. So I want to give from the same position, A1. So I'm taking the A1 cell. Include column names. Yes, true. For the flag means there are true or false, two things we have to give. So the first letter should be capital. So if you give all the capital true, it won't take. First letter should be capital, remaining letters should be small. T should be capital, remaining RUU will be the small. And outputs, so nothing outputs are there. Done. So after writing the collection manually, how we are doing. So I will open the Excel file. I will write something. After that, I will save. Right, Control S I will do. So here also we have to perform the save operation. There is an action is there. Just you have to call that action. That's it. Save workbook. Done. You can open. After saving the workbook, so here I'm creating the instance, right? So I need to close the instance. So if you are not close the instance, we can't able to open that Excel file, right? See, for example, so I will take here breakpoint here now. Not even here, so I will here only take that breakpoint means whenever we are run, the process will come and will stop here. See, done. Okay, now I'm going for the Excel sheet. This is our Excel sheet. See, you can't able to open, but because the instance has created, you can't able to see. So that's why if you create the instance, you have to close the instance, then only that Excel will open. Breakpoint, remove the breakpoint. So what we have to do, so we have to take an action stage and we have to close the instance. I'm just copying the stages. So you can copy the stages, otherwise you can take the action stage again and you can take it. Anything will be fine. Close instance, then action is there. Just you have to call that action. For close instance, there are the two inputs are there, handle and the changes. So what is the handle? We already have save changes. Should be true. Done. Refresh, reset. Now run. Done. So go to Excel and check whether we have written the data. See, MR dash has added, MR dot and the double zeros. So if you want to write the result in the sheet 2 also, so what you have to do, so same, write collection is there now. So here you have to put the sheet 2 and the cell value. Okay, any questions?
Chelu, just assume that after reading the Excel, so we
Mhm.
have written some kind of logic which fails at some moment. Okay, so in that case, the Excel instance will remain open. So in that case, the Excel will become a corrupted Excel, or it will work as it is.
Whenever if you close the group sum, it will work. So that whenever you still in the same process, it won't work. Okay, you can't even. It will be like that only. So you can't even open. You can't even do anything with that.
Hmm.
So whenever you close the instance, this month, so okay, whenever after this is the instance, right? So we have to close the instance. Means you have to click the refresh button, then you can able to check the data in it. So just the
Okay,
hand.
so just take a scenario in which even before closing the Excel instance, we have placed some kind of logic which fails at a moment. So in that case, the instance will not be closed. And I
Yes,
believe in that case, the Excel will not work later on. Is it so?
yes, yes.
Mhm.
So whenever
So
this
I believe that there must be functionality to place the same close instance uh, activity in the exception handling part as well, so that in failover scenarios we can place that logic inside exception handling.
correct. Whenever you get any exception, suppose this is the loop is there, bro. So there are some 12 records are there. So there is an exception with the one record. Okay, after that, what my process has to do? My process has to do the remaining records, right? So that one logic we have to implement. Okay, but that is called an exception handling logic will be there. So if there is an exception happening, first we'll try with the other records. After all the records will happen, so then we'll close the instance and everything will do it.
Okay.
So and here one more thing here. So this is the file path, right? So I have taken the hard coder value, right? So this is the file path I have taken. So this file path will won't work for your case, right? So your desktop also having a different file path, correct? So suppose you have done the development and you have released the code to some other, right? So those people testing team. So those people doesn't know the coding. So they don't even have access for the studio only, right? They can they can able to see only control room and the system settings tab. Okay, so for that they have to their desktop file path will be the different, right? So what these scenarios will be handled by taking the environment variable. There's a separate concept is called environment variable. By using the environment variable, so in the real time whenever you use any file path, that should be taken in the environment variable. Okay, so if you create the environment variables, okay, the testing team before running the bot, so they will edit the environment variable. So in the particular file path, they will update the file path. If you update over there, so automatically it will reflect to your code. Okay, so variable wherever we have to create the environment variable. So if anyone has changed in the environment variable, that changes will directly will apply to the code which one you have used the same variable. Okay, there is a concept called environment variable. Okay, so that
Okay.
environment variable, yes.
Chelu, I have one question here.
Mhm.
So, don't we have any activity which can poll for the new files in a particular directory? Let's assume I don't want to read a particular file and I don't want to set the file path in environment variable.
Mhm.
So I can just give the folder and just assume automatically read those files and do the required logic or whatever the logic we have placed there. It should iterate that logic. So is there
Yes,
anything which can
it's there. Yes, it is there. There's a in folder. So suppose there is a particular folder is there. I will create a separate folder now.
Mm.
See, so this one I will put it the Excel file in this folder. Solid open and closing this one. Yes. You can able to extract this Excel file. How means your voice is breaking here.
No, my question is, if that particular if that particular folder is having 10 files, and
Okay.
I want to read those 10 files from that folder, so the other single process can do that activity.
Yeah. Everything that can be do. but that is the next level. So that I will use that those concepts I will do cover after that. We will take the get files. There is an action is there. By using the get files, how many files are there in the particular field, particular folder, everything will come out. So I will just I will run that Excel file. There's the action called utility file management. Get files. Suppose, so this is the file. So I want to extract the Excel files. See, there is an extension for Excel, every Excel. Go to this action. What is the folder? So we have to give the folder path first. Folder path, then the pattern. So you want to get Excel file, right? So dot Excel extension Excel SX. This is the action. There is some pattern you have to give properly, otherwise it won't execute. So run and check. There are no files happen. Excel SX. Documents. So in this document, what are the Excel files will be there? So everything will come with this particular syntax. Excel SX. There is some syntax are there. So I forgot actually. So this way we can do that. Okay. If this action runs fine, so what happened in the here you can see all the Excel file details. What are the Excels are there? So everything you will see. You can see the file path. You can see the name of the file. So everything you can able to see. What are the files are there? Everything in the folder. There is some syntax I'm missing. See, I got it now. So there are in that folder, you can check it now. So this is your folder. So how many Excels are there? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There are the 3 Excel files are there, right? So you can able to see. These are the 3 Excel files and the naming convention. This is the extension for those files. This is the name of that file. So everything you can able to check here.
Okay. Could you please go back to the action activity? I just want to see the syntax.
Yes.
Okay. Star dot. Right.
Yes. This is the pattern. Yes. So star means so it will take what are the yeah. So name is there, no? So everything it will take. So XLS is the next.
Oh, thanks for explaining more.
Yeah. So now the file, normally in the real time file path, you should not take it directly. You have to create the environment variables. From there only you have to extract. So how to create the environment variables? First, I will copy the file path. So this is our file, right? This is your file, right? Shift right click, copy as path. Go to the system tab. Go to the environment variables. These are the environment variables I have created. So click on add variable. So here you can add it. It's a text type. Path is text type. So text type, name of the file, Excel file 2303. So here you have to pass the file path without double quotations. Done. You can apply. So this one Excel file 2303 is the name. So click on OK. Then there's the document is there. So operational document before releasing our bot. So there in that one we will mention what is the prerequisites for the bot. Before running the bot, what are the variables they have to check it. So we will mention this environment variable. We will mention this. Okay, this is the environment variable name. This environment variable name should contain this file path. Okay, so in the file, that file is there in the desktop. Okay, they will give the path of the file. They will update the particular path and they will run the bot. Okay, that is how in the real time we're gonna do it. Okay, so now refresh the process. Take a data item. F8 is the shortcut. F8. So here exposure is there. The exposure you can see three actions: static, environment, and session. So remaining things we'll see it later. So the second one we're going to take it now. See, read the corresponding environment variable from the system manager. Whatever the value we have given from the system manager, so it will directly take the values from the particular variable. So click this one, and here you can see these are the environment variables are there. So what is your file? So I have given some Excel file path 2303. See, this is a path. You can't able to edit the data. You can't able to edit the file path here. Okay, if you want to edit the file path, you have to go to the environment system tab and environment variable section. Okay, now I'm closing this one. I'll give the file path this one. Refresh, reset, and run. Sorry. So in the real time, the file path should be taken in the environment variables, not directly. Okay. Since nowadays there are some companies, they are gonna give you some use case. Okay, there are less companies I can see, so like Genpact and all. So they'll give some small use case and they will check how you are doing. So everybody will do the Excel automation. Okay. So in the Excel, they will take the three variables: variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, and addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay, they will ask us to do the same. So that one they will do like anything. Okay, everybody they will come and they will start doing it. Okay, but the exception handling, the way we are take the environment variables, the way we are checking the files and everything should be best practices. So by seeing the code, they can come to know whether you are the proper developer or not. Okay, so we will see one by one. So best practices. So now we'll go for the another concept. So for the same thing only, in the real time, what I will do. First, we will check whether the file is existing in a particular path. And then only we will go for the remaining automation. Okay. So if there is no file, then there is no pointing of going to the next stages, right? So anyway, I'm going to get exception, right? So the real time, what we will do, first we will check whether the file is existing in a particular path or not. Okay. So that one we will take by taking the action stage, take an action stage, and the one the utility called file management. Okay, that file management it's won't available when you are newly install the software. So you have to import the VBO. So how to import the VBO? You can file, import, you can browse, go to the path. So C drive, program files, Blueprison Limited, Blueprison Automate, VBOs, utility file management is a VBO. Click on that file, open. Next, it's already there. So finish. Okay, so that VBO we have to take. Why? Because there is a file related operation we can able to perform with that. So click on that, take the utility file management, file exists. It means it will check whether the file is existing in a particular path or not. If the file existing is true, then only I will go for the remaining step. Otherwise, I will throw the exception. Output is the frequency flag. So this value will contain true or false after running the stage. Okay, so I will take the decision stage now, and I'll take the variable. So is it true? If not true, then this is an exception stage. By using the exception stage, we will raise an exception. This is an exception stage. By taking the exception stage, we will raise an exception. So file is not there, so it's a business exception. I will explain about the exception types and all. So just for this is the case. We'll see after that. This one I will explain about the exception only. File not found in the given path. Please check the given the path. So these exceptions details everything the business peoples will give. So you can copy paste on them. That's it. So I'm checking whether the file is existing or not. If my file is existing, then only I can able to go for the remaining steps. Otherwise, it will throw the exception. See, this is by using the exception stage, we will raise the exception. Okay, this is the way I will do in the real time. Okay, only the record and the resume I have to add. Apart from that, everything will be the common. I will check the file is existing or not. After that, I will create the instance. I will do my operation. After that, I will save the file, and after that, I will close the instance. So these steps should be common, and these steps should be followed accordingly. Okay, you can run. You run with the slow mode. You can see. See, file exists equal to true. Then it is coming to next true. If it's in false, then it will throw the next. Okay, so I will change the file path from environment variables, not here, and let's check whether it's working or not. Environment variable, Excel file path 2, 3. So I will change something in here. So I added some extra letters to it. Refresh. Reset. Now see what is happening. Okay, in that Excel, in that particular path, so see path has already taken. I haven't changed anything here. I have changed over there, so it is automatically taken. So this have environment variable work. In this particular path, there is no file, right? So see, slow mode. See, file exists path. So it will raise an exception. Any questions here? Exception handling will be there, so that time you can come to what is the throw stage and that. Any questions? No questions? Fine.
I have one question. So when we do anything on Excel related task, the first thing should be create an instance, right?
Yep. First we'll check whether the file is existing or not. After that we'll create an instance.
Okay, then open workbook and get work. So these four
Common.
are going to be common for all.
These are common. Yes, these are common.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes, these are common for any file. Okay, Excel file related to Excel. These are the stages. Okay, if it's in Word, then this will be the common. So this will be not MS Word. There is MS Excel. MS Word VB is there instead of MS Excel. That's it for the Word file. MS states are common. So, and if you want to work on a single, I want to work on a n number of data, then you have to take the loop. Otherwise, you no need to take the data. Means you are doing some validation on the browser. Means then no need to take this loop and now. So depending upon your use case.
Okay, fine.
So I will take one more Excel file. Okay, so there is the basic, so some interest also they are asking this use case. Where is the data is there? So these are the fields variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, addition, subtraction, the multiplication, and there is one more field called exception sequence. Okay, variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, and the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and exception sequence. So exception sequence means suppose we are trying to validate this record. So is there any exception is happening? So what that exception reason you have to paste it here. Okay, this is complete use case. Okay, so this is the now I have taken the data properly, right? There will be no exception will come here, right? So I have taken proper data. So variable 1 I have taken all the values are there. There are no empty rows and everything is working fine. So see for this use case, I will do addition, subtraction, multiplication. Close. So as we already know, first before doing that Excel automation, so first we have to save the path in the environment variable. Shift, right click, copy as path. Go to system tab, add variable. Text. Sorry, I will remove the double quotation. Okay, it's already text tab. Apply. Right? The control. So I will get the new process now. Take the variable. See exposure. Exposure, you have to select the environment as we discussed. So it's an environment variables. So Excel file always should be environment variables. And one more thing. So if you create environment variable one time, that environment variable will be used for the all the process. Okay. Before I have created the Excel file path, something is there. No, so you can see that one also here. So we can able to extract everything. So this one we have created just now. Take it. data item, and you can able to extract other environment variables. See, before we created 2303 means one time creation, n time use. Okay, so this kind of user also we can able to use with the environment variables. We created one time, and that one variable value we can use it in all other processes. Okay, so see, so first what is the first operation? Let's see. So there is a path is there. First I will check Excel is there in the preferred path or not by taking the action step. F4 is the shortcut. You can drag and drop it, and you can use the shortcut as well. You can see these are the shortcuts. So if you want to check the file, so what is the VBO I need to call? There is a utility file management VBO. Utility file management VBO. Okay. So that one we have a these are the actions it can perform. So first, what is the action I need to perform? I need to use the file exist. File name I already have. Exist. After that, I will take a decision and I will check if it is a true, then only I will go for the next step. If not, I will throw the next exception. So if file is exist, then I can able to perform my Excel automation. For that, take an action stage, MS Excel review. First action is the create instance. Same action. It should be false. So in the BM we will get it. Okay, normal system we won't get. There are some unnecessary pop-ups will come. So if we make it false, those pop-ups won't come. So if there are any pop-ups will come while you are doing the same Excel, so it will stop. That's why we should make it false so that no pop-ups will come. So this is yes. It's the no path. It's a business exception. Why business exception means? So they have to keep the path properly. Okay, if they are not keeping me, there is a because of the business team. So that's why I'm keeping the business exception. To create instance, open workbook. For the open workbook, so file and file path, handle and the file path. We already have the handle. File name is the file path. Workbook name is the notebook. Get worksheet as a collection. Workbook name. Sheet name. So sheet name I will check it. So by default, our sheet name will be the sheet one, but in the real time, if you go, there will be like business operation name will be there. So we will ask them. So what is the sheet name? So that's we will open that Excel sheet and we'll check the sheet name, and that path we have to give. It's the sheet one. Yes is the capital. So same thing we have to give. Output is a collection. Well done up to now. Let's check whether the data I am getting in the collection or not. Open the collection. Yes, we got the data, right? So addition, subtraction, multiplication, exception, sequence. Okay, this one we won't use anyways. No, why? Because we are given the proper data. And one more interview question. So whatever the data we have taken, okay, we have taken the number only, right? These are the numbers. But by default, all the field values will be the text. Okay, this is the important interview question. Whenever we have taken the data from Excel to the Blue Prism, so every field type should be the text. If you give the number also, it will be the text, right? So text to text addition we can't do, right? So now my first operation, I need to do the addition of the two numbers, right? But here the text type is there. So if it is a text type, I can't do it. Okay, but the Blue Prism is providing some functionalities that we can able to convert. We can able to typecasting, means we can able to convert for one data type to another data type. So take the calculation stage, you can see it, conversions to number. Converts a value to a number following the standard Blue Prism data casting rules. Okay, this is the text to be converted. Okay, that one we have to give the text and the text automatically convert to the number. Any questions here? So I need to perform the addition operation. So if I didn't do typecasting, then it will gonna give me exception, right? So that's why I'm doing the typecasting. Any questions? First, I will do without typecasting. After that, I will do with typecasting. So I need to perform the operations on set of records. So I will take the loop stage. For every loop, collection is input. Now I'm taking without doing the typecasting. Only addition I'm doing now. Write the field name, variable 1. So variable 2. Variable 3. That I need to store in the collection dot field name. What is my field name? ADD. Alright, so I will check the field names are proper or not. V capital, V capital, V capital, A capital. So same thing is given. Okay. So we have done that. So I will just refresh. See, still we are showing the errors, and still I will run like that, and we'll check whether it is working or not. See, failed to evaluate the expression data under variable 1 plus variable 2, variable 3 can't add the text, right? So they are the text type. So text type we can concatenate. Concatenation is different, addition is different. So now we want to perform the addition, right? So for that, the data is whenever that we will take the data from Excel to the Blue Prism, so everything will be the text. We have to convert to the number before we are validating before we are using the number function. So see what I will do for the same. Click on the conversions to number. Here I will get the field one. And we can able to store. We can able to store. Storing will be the text or number also. That will be fine. Okay, storing will be fine. Only the number we have to change it. Right. So two number, variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. Any questions here? Conversions. Done. Done. So now I'm doing only addition, and I will check whether it can be attemptable or not. And acceptance, I should handle it. Yes, while is there. Open the collection. See ADD. So we have done only addition function. So remaining operations yet to do. Any questions here? So like that only same thing. So same thing here we have to perform the addition and the subtraction. Yes. Addition, subtraction, multiplication.
You have to update mole.
Update, multiplication.
Yeah.
Yep,
Data.
yep. Yes. Okay, next action is that only. Because after that, I will explain this. So now addition, subtraction, multiplication, everything will run. You can increase the speed. Done. And the collection says addition, subtraction, multiplication is not added. Check it why it has not added. See, I have added in the same. It's a ingredient. Refresh, reset, and run. Running with the fast mode. Addition, subtraction, multiplications. Okay. In the real time, if you are using more than two calculations, say for the single use case, okay, that can be replaced with the one multi-calculation stage. So we will remove everything. Only one stage is enough to handle this. You can add n number of operations. The first one is the expression collection dot field. Second one is the subtraction. Third one. Third one is the multiplications. Copy it. Add. You can add n number of operations. So So we have only 3. So I'm putting in 3. Refresh, set, and done. See, everything is there. Right, so now we want to write this data into the same Excel file. So what are the actions we have to perform? Same action. Write collection, save, close instance. Message review. Wait collection. Handle. Workbook name. Sheet name is the sheet name. Collection. Cell reference in A1. From A1 cell the data is there, so same cell value I want to paste the data. So include column names. Yes, it should be kept. A1 is a cell. You can see here. No, just you can't open. Why you can't open? It's instance already created. Refresh. So it's an A1 cell. I want to paste the data from A1 cell itself. So that's why I have taken the A1 cell over there. After writing the collections, what we'll do? Save workbook. Handle workbook name. So all we have, just we have to use the what are the inputs and output, we have to check it. So what are the inputs? So those inputs you have to give it properly. That's it. After that, close the instance. Done. So we'll arrange the data items properly. So this is the environment variable. So take a block. Suppose for my client changes, if I want to apply for the same stage, see how I will apply. So Control A. Font should be Tohoma. Tohoma 11 is the font. And here I need to write why I have created this search. Okay, this is Excel. For environment variables, according to my client changes, I need to put the red color. And these are the outputs. Take a block. Done. So these should be from my last project. This is my review. What is the review? So according to the page reference stage, so you have to keep all the variables in the same manner. So this is the review they have given. They haven't given any coding changes. So this is the naming conventions and those things they have given, because coding will be proper only. So that's the those the person who are reviewing, So they have to mention their name on the document. So that is why they will give some random values. And this should be start. The same level. Right? Yeah. That's it. Done. So refresh. No errors. Control S. Run the bot. Then go and check the Excel file. There are no exceptions, so that's why this field is empty. So tomorrow we'll work on the Excel exceptions and exception handling techniques. First, I will explain about the what are the exception types and how to handle those exceptions. I will explain. After that, we will see another use cases regarding the exception. Okay. Done. Close the sheet now. One more action I will tell you. So there are the empty rows will come. So those empty rows also we have to remove. Okay. Suppose your Excel. This is your Excel file. So there are some empty rows are coming. So what you have to do? So like this empty rows. Suppose if this empty row will go to the loop, so that will give an exception for us. Okay. So this empty rows also we have to remove it. Okay, this also action also we can able to perform. So click save. Delete this data. So there are some empty rows are there. We have to handle those. So how to handle this? So if we didn't handle those empty rows, so what will happen is I will run. See, there is an exception. Why is an exception? There is no values there. So we are trying to convert and we're trying to do the operations on the same. So that is why it's giving an exception. Right? So these kind of exceptions we have to handle before only. So that's why we have to do empty row. We have to remove the empty rows before adding to the loop. Add one more stage here. We are working the collections row, right? So there is an VBO called utility collections manipulations. Utility collections manipulation. Remove empty row. Manipulation. Remove empty rows. Collection in, collection out. So what is the collection in? It's the collection. So after removing the empty rows, so I want to paste the data in the same collection. We cannot. In the color. I want to paste the data in the sheet 2. Why I'm not pasting in the sheet 1 means, suppose if I paste my data in the sheet 1, so these rows are removed, right? So my data will, if I paste from A1 cell, my data will finish here, right? So these two rows will be it will be like that, it will be there like that only. So that's why I want to paste the data in the sheet 2 to show you the difference. So sheet 2 means file collection. Here I will give the sheet. That's it. Save, run the process. File is existed, creating steps. Remove the empty rows and doing the remaining operations. So see, first 13 are there, now 11 are there. Why? Because we have removed the empty rows. Done. Sheet 2 data is not pasted, right? So what you have to do? Refresh. You should not open the Excel sheet while you are working on the same Excel sheet. Okay, if bot has opened, that will be fine, but you should not open that Excel sheet manually before you want to write some data into the Excel. But Excel is already open now, so that in that particular Excel sheet we can't, the Blueprism can't able to write the data in it. You have to close the Excel files before working on the Excel sheet. Before I have opened, so that's why my bot has not written the data. 3, 11. It has removed all the empty rows. So this is the sheet 2 values. This is the sheet 1 value. Sheet 1 is like this, sheet 2 is like this. Got it? Any questions here? We're about to close the session.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, question is regarding the exceptions. When you said that when you open the Excel sheet and after executing the board, you're saying that it not have been open. So does not this the bot has to give the exception?
Actually, we can do one thing. Okay, before running the process, we can close the Excel file if it is open. That one we can able to perform. But if Excel file is already open, if you want to write the data in it, the Excel can't do. Suppose the Excel will have the functionality has just now explained the function has a show. If we use the show and we can write it, we can able to write it. But Excel already open, and the same Excel, if we want to write the data in it, it won't happen.
Because we are creating the instance, right? If we are creating the instance, then it has to be closed, right? Then we are taking another session. So it has to be closed. Otherwise, it has to give the exception.
We can, there is an action called kill process. Utility environment. Kill process. Okay, but for every Excel, there is every object, every application, there is a process name, right? So first you will extract what is the process name for Excel, GXEL. So right, so that one I will give it here. So before running my bot, kill Excel. So these scenarios won't come, but for the reference. So what I will do, suppose if Excel has opened, right? Now my Excel has opened. See, the Excel has opened, right? So I will run this only single stage. See, it has killed. Not open. Now it has closed, right? So any Excel if you open, if I run this stage, that Excel will close. Observe, close. If Excel has opened it manually, if you want to write the data to it, it won't do. That is the Blueprism strategy. That is how they have developed. Okay, if you have to, you put the conditions according to Blueprism. Okay, we can't code it backend. Okay, there is an, if you can, I mean, the create instance is there, right? So before creating the instance, you can check whether the Excel has opened in your desktop or not by the codes, right? Create instance, if you put this is the object, so this is the backend, they have written the code. right? This is the code they have written, something, right? So here you'll add that code. You can add the code and you can use it if you want it externally. So otherwise, I will do like this. So I will kill the process before running it. So whenever after killing now, so it will write anyways.
And this can work for any means. I have to close the folder or any Word document or any document. We can use this. Right?
Yes. No. This one for this kill process will be any. For Excel is the one, it will kill the Excel files. For the Word files also, it will be separate different process name. Will be there. That process name we have to pass it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. For the MS Word, what's the process name? Go to process. WinWord. WinWord we have to give so that it will close. Done.
Okay. Good.
Right. So any other questions? So any questions? Please, you can ping me in the same group. Otherwise, you can ping me personally so that I will do respond. Till today evening or tomorrow, I'm going to add you guys in one more group. So where my team also will be available. So if I'm not available, those people will do respond.
So can you share your email ID with us? So that we can share the assignments with you.
Correct. Super. I will ping you in the same group so that you guys can share your exercises.
Okay.
And still anyone have to install the Bluepism, and everyone has installed. But because now we are about to start the exception handling, so you should start at least basics.
I have not installed it yet. Pankaj is right. So
Okay.
we'll do it by today itself, and we'll confirm it back.
Yeah. Sure, you should install Java because so sessions are going on. At least you should know all the after if you going for the exception handling and all. So when you're practicing from the Excel, then you'll get lots of questions.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, Chilu, I also have to install in my workstation. Yeah.
Okay. You are working on now somewhere.
Yeah, no, actually, in my laptop it is installed, right? But in my workstation I have to install that.
Okay, you want to work in the workstation also. You want to work on the Bluepism. Great, yeah. You are working like anything, yeah, with this 20 years of experience, right? More than 20.
Yeah, almost. But Bluepism, just I was one of my friend has installed in my laptop, and I was doing YouTube videos and doing like R&D, and I was
Yes. Great thing, yeah.
yeah.
So if you practice like that, you can write the 801 examination. Next month you're planning, right? So you can able to write here. I will share the dumps as well as what I have. So that will help you to get through it. At least 20 questions will come from the dumps. So remaining questions, all the like basics only they will ask you. So like this is the stages in the calculation. No? So all the text operations. So they will give us some text and trim. What the trim function will do? They will do trim left, trim start. So what will happen to the result? So they will ask these kind of questions. From this one you'll get some 8 to 9, and the work to concept is there. From there you'll get some 5 direct questions, 5 questions. So that's very simple work to concept.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So any questions, please let me know. And tomorrow we're going on to work on the exception handling. After that, MS Word also tomorrow I'm going to finish. After that, we'll go for the works. Okay. Bye.